Hello everyone. If you clicked on this video, I want you to know I truly understand you. There is nothing wrong with you if you experience an anxiety. It is just part of being human, and there are effective tools you can learn to manage it. However, if you're experiencing severe anxiety, social anxiety, or any kind of phobias, I do recommend working with a therapist who can work you through the process. Or you can message me for a free and confidential chat where we can see whether I can support you as a registered counselor. And in today's video, we're going to talk about how anxiety develops, what is it trying to tell us, and effective tools to manage it. This is part 1 of an anxiety series, and next week I'll share part 2. All the tools I am using are based on cognitive behavioral therapy and neuroscience. So make sure you subscribe. Please help me reach this 1,000 subscribers, and let's dive in. You might have seen the Inside Out movie. And in the first part, we meet with 5 basic emotions we are born with: fear, anger, sadness, disgust, and joy. And those emotions are crucial for our survival. For example, anger helps us protect our boundaries, joy motivates us to grow, whereas sadness signals that we need additional support. And in the second part of the movie, we meet with new emotions, including anxiety. And anyone who experiences anxiety knows how overwhelming it can be. But it is possible to work with. So psychologically, we experience anxiety for the first time at around 6-8 months old. This is when baby realizes that mom is not always physically present, and when she is not physically present, it feels very uncomfortable because there is no safety, no food, no protection. And in order to deal with that, our nervous system develops soothing skills. This is what psychologists call soothing introject, basically our ability to calm ourselves. And later in life, it's shown as a stress resilience. And the second stage of developing anxiety is 3 years old. This is when baby realizes me and my mom are different individuals, and a mom can be angry, she can not feed me all the time, and she cannot love me all the time as well. And in order to avoid losing love, a child develops certain behavior patterns to earn this love. And for many adults, it's also shown in their adulthood, such as people pleasing, avoiding conflicts, or constantly seeking approval. Some people develop strong self-soothing skills and others don't. And those who didn't are usually more vulnerable to stress and anxiety and mental health difficulties. But the good news is that you can develop your stress resilience at any age. And today we'll be doing that. What anxiety is actually trying to tell us? Anxiety usually appears for one of 3 reasons. Reason number 1, your life is moving the wrong direction. Here, anxiety acts like internal alarm saying, something here is not aligned with who you truly are. For example, a young, beautiful, smart lady dates an old and rich guy just for his money. And from outside, her life looks luxurious with all the wealth, trips, and restaurants. But deep inside, she realizes that she has her own talents, potential, and dreams she is not living. And if she stays in this life, she may lose the sense of self and fall into depression later. Reason number 2. Your life is moving the right direction, but you never been there before. That is the reason why growth usually feels uncomfortable, because your nervous system doesn't have map for it yet. For example, you enter a healthy, loving relationship after experiencing only toxic ones before. Everything seems calm, loving, but you don't know how to react because you don't know how to receive love. You never learned that before. Or for example, your career is growing, but at the same time you have new responsibilities, you have new people to talk to, you have new skills to learn, and your nervous system might panic because it doesn't know what to do yet. But in those situations, anxiety is not a sign to run away. It is a sign that you are growing, and maybe you need additional support to learn new skills or adjust to a new situation. And reason number 3, the past negative experience is being triggered. Our nervous system remembers everything, and it is always trying to protect us. And if currently you experience some situation which ended negatively for you before in your past, your nervous system will signal about that. For example, you have boss who reminds you of your father or ex-partner who's been very abusive, and on subconscious level you know that this person can be dangerous, and that is why you have to be very careful with them, and your nervous system tries to signal about that. Please take a moment to reflect which of these 3 reasons describe your anxiety the most, and share in the comments down below. I will be happy to read it, and I will break down one of the situations in the next video. Now we are moving to the second part of the video, and tools I'm about to share are like our first aid stage. This is helpful when your anxiety is 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10, and you have to kind of bring yourself back to reality to think clearly again. And step number 1, identify and separate yourself from anxiety. When we experience anxiety, it feels like it takes over your entire body and mind. Here we have to create distance between emotion and personality, and for that you can use a simple language shift. Instead of saying I am anxious, you can say I am experiencing an anxiety, or I am noticing an anxiety in my body right now. This tells your brain that anxiety is just emotion, not your identity. Also, if you need to ground yourself, you can state facts about present moment. For example, I am Alex, I am 30 years old, I am about to walk into this room full of professional people and I have to give them presentation, and I am noticing that I am really nervous. I can see these walls around me, I can see shoes I'm wearing, and so on and so on. What happens here? Naming emotions reduces their intensity. Step number 2, practice self-soothing. Every time you feel anxious, say to yourself, it's okay, it will pass, I will handle it, I have done it before. It may sound simple, but it creates this soothing voice inside of you that some people developed as babies, and it actually helps to develop your stress resilience. Also, you can create a safe space in your mind, a memory or imaginary space where you feel safe and protected, and return there every time you feel anxious. And meditations really help here, so you can start practicing meditations right now. And step number 3 is to bring yourself back to present moment. Anxiety always lives in the future, and you have to bring yourself back to present moment. For that, any kind of grounded techniques will be really helpful. For example, 5 to 1 technique, where you name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can touch, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. Also, you can use breathing exercises, which helps to regulate the nervous system. For that, you have to do shorter inhales and longer exhales. For example, you inhale for 2 and you exhale for 4. Also, you can do tapping, so it works like this. Basically, what is working for you. This was part 1 of an anxiety series, and before you go, I want to tell you this. If you're experiencing an anxiety, it doesn't mean you are weak. It means that your nervous system is trying to protect you the only way it knows. And the idea here is not to eliminate an anxiety completely, it's about to learn how to support yourself with kindness and awareness. Thank you again so much for watching. Please leave a comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.